Boxers, do you want to learn how to do the Mike Tyson squat jumps when you're skipping? Well, don't worry, because I'm about to show you. Now, in order to perform this trick, you need to combine these two skills. Skill number one are side swings, where we're going to hit a side swing on each side of the body. The first side swing that we hit is going to be beside our side, and we're going to create this box position with our arms, where they're open slightly. The second position is we're going to go box, wrist, wrist on wrist, creating this position, hitting a side swing to the opposite side of the body. And then the third swing is going to be where you open your arms up and jump the rope. So make sure you're comfortable with going swing, swing, open. Or how I like to go, box, wrist, open. Once you can do that, progress to then go in box, wrist, open, box, wrist, open. That is skill number one. Skill number two is the jump squat. So practice without the rope first. I want you to get your feet hip width apart, heels off the floor, and I want you to come down like this, keeping that body nice and upright, staying nice and balanced. Now, when we are doing this jump rope skill, we are going to be working the front of our thighs. They are going to burn, all right? So because we are now doing a jump squat, which is plyometric, thinking about power, we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. So we are jumping up, and then when we land, we are descending nice and smooth, and we're pushing off the balls of our feet. So it's a jump, descend. Imagine I'm sitting onto my heels. Now, even without the rope now, you can really feel that burn. You don't need to jump too high. We just need to make sure that we are staying balanced throughout. Once you've got both them skills practiced, it's now time to put them together to perform the Mike Tyson squat jumps. And this is how it's going to look when we put both them skills back to back together. So rather than go swing, swing, open, when we hit that first swing, we're going to start descending into our squat, heels off the floor. When we hit this second swing, we are now finding ourselves almost in that bottom position. And then what we're going to do is with that third swing, we jump, and then we repeat by going swing, swing, open, swing, swing, open. As you can see now, my chest is up. I'm starting nice and slow. I'm making sure I'm hitting them correct arm placements. I'm descending, and then I jump. So everything feels nice and smooth. Now, the slower you go, the more you're going to feel it. So what I'd recommend is practicing these jumps in sets of 5 max. Then rest, take a little break, and then repeat it. So then let's go again. This time, what I would recommend doing is going into the boxer skip first, performing this and counting yourself down from 3, 3, 2, 1. Land into that squat position, box, wrist, open, box, wrist, open, box, wrist, open. Try and land on that same spot, staying nice and light throughout. When you go into your boxer skip, you want to make sure that when you land in your squat, your feet land hip width apart, toes pointing out. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, set. Set them toes. Then once you set, 1, 2, 3, 4, set, you go into that side swing. Make sure that rope clips the floor, and that is your cue to descend and go into the squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, set. And then take your time, making sure that rope clips the floor. You're descending down, and then down, 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 up. When you start your first side swing, you're always going to want to go to your most dominant or your favorite side. Mine's my right. So it's always right, left, open. See how I go back to my right every single time I jump the rope. Then I can just get that 3 count coordination going, letting the wrist do the work. As you can see now, these are a great exercise to really add a different level of intensity to your jump rope workouts. They're going to work your thighs, but as you can see now, my heart rate is already up. Here are some common mistakes I see when people are performing the Mike Tyson squat jumps. Using a rope that is too long is going to lag. You're going to prefer doing this with a slightly shorter rope, because if it's too long, it's going to lag and you're not going to get the speed that you need. Trying to do everything far too quick, being too impatient and rushing it. Of learning this skill, it's all about control, focusing on that muscle memory, doing everything nice and right, slowing it right down. Because if you can do this nice and slow, it's going to make it harder. You're going to build good muscle memory, good patterns. And once you can do it nice and slow, you'll then find adding the speed a lot easier. Losing balance, it's normal to find yourself hopping around a little bit. Yeah, when you first start learning this skill, that little bit of panic, hesitation, but what we want to do is make sure that we are taking off and landing in that same spot. So again, this comes down to control, precision and not rushing your jumps. Landing with your feet flat. The issue with landing with your feet flat is that you're not going to be able to go as low, and the skill's going to feel a little bit more stiff when we want to keep them heels off the floor. This isn't how I'd normally coach a jump squat in the gym. However, with this type of jump squat, we want to try and go as low as we can, keeping nice and upright. And by letting our knees go forward, chest up, heels off the floor, we're able to hit this nice deep position, which gives us more time to really descend and hit these side swings with a nice open. Once you've built up confidence with your Mike Tyson squat jumps, see if you can just throw them in with different types of footwork, like I'm going to show you now. So this is the heel to toe shuffle. We're going to go on 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. And then see if you can just go back into that footwork. Once you get to a level where you can perform these Mike Tyson squat jumps between 5, 10, 15 or even 20 jumps successfully with lots of confidence, I would say then you're ready to progress to much harder variations like the Mike Tyson squat jump double under. But it all starts with learning the swing, open first, then progressing to learning it with the jump squat, getting that timing right, focusing on control, timing, balance. Then can you look to speed it up and look to incorporate it with different types of footwork. And that is how you perform the Mike Tyson squat jumps when you're skipping.